I want to talk about something that just kills us. It's so frustrating. It's a really difficult part of our job in sales and business development, and that is this, and I'm curious to get your guys' opinion on it. We've got a great idea, we've got a great product, a great service, we work for a great company, ourselves, we're awesome. We know we can help this client, this prospect, this customer. We lead with, because we're on eastonuniversity.com regularly, a voicemail that sounds something like this. Hey Alex, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University, you and I are connected on LinkedIn. I've got an idea that I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you give me a call on my mobile, 720-660-3202. We leave a skillful voicemail like that. They call us back. We let them know about this great idea, this way we can save them money or help make them money or make their life easier or their business easier, and it's like we run into a roadblock. I'm not interested. We don't need that. But you know they do. Who wants to unmute themselves and tell me why you think that is, that so often us as salespeople will reach out to somebody with an idea of how, let's say we can increase their revenue by 17%. We let them know that idea, and all of a sudden we get all of this pushback. Why do you think our prospects push back on us on these ideas? And then I'm going to give you a way that we can maybe solve that problem.
Today it happens to me a lot. Good morning, everybody. I believe that it's either out of fear, just basically fear. And one of the things that I've been watching on the videos, especially on the power of communications and the perfect phone call, is that the 95% of the regular amateur approach has already burned that bridge. I believe that's my take on the matter.
I like that. We got Alex has got fear. They're a burn victim, right? They've how many calls do they receive every month from salespeople saying some derivation of I can save you 17%? Does anybody else have anything you want to add to that besides fear and they're a burn victim?
I don't think sometimes people want to stir the waters. Sometimes leaving things the way they are is the safest option for people.
Yep, status quo I'd call that. Bob, would you say fair enough on status quo? Great, so we've got fear, we've got their burn victims, they don't want to stir their water, status quo. Let me show you something that I think will help all of us today, okay? This dot right here, if you can see it, that's us, okay? This dot right here is our prospect, our client, our customer. Far too often when we're communicating directly with them, they're afraid, they're a burn victim, they don't want to change, and they see us as some sort of threat, right? So they see us as a threat, and so they're going to block or push back on us as we communicate to them. Here's the idea that I want to give you guys today, right here, right now. And I'm not saying this is wrong, this bi-directional, you to them. Hey, I've got an idea I want to get your opinion on. Hey, I think we could save you 17%, allow you to bill more to your clients and get paid more, whatever the situation is. But oftentimes when we're presenting these ideas directly, because of fear, because they're a burn victim, because they don't want to change, they push back. An idea I want to give you guys is I want you to think about introducing a third party, a third entity, a news article, okay? So my message to Alex, for example, let's say I sell payroll services, and I know that Alex is a CPA, a certified public accountant, and he works with small businesses, okay? And I want Alex to pitch my Easton University payroll services to his small business clients. Hey Alex, Matt Easton with Easton University Payroll Service. Hey, I've got an idea. You and I are connected on LinkedIn. I've got an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Okay, Alex calls me back. Hey, it's Alex with Alex CPA. Yeah, what's up? Hey, so what we're finding is we can save CPAs like you 17% of the work that you're doing that you're not currently getting paid for. I can help you with that and help you get paid for that. Oh, I'm all good. We're all set, Matt. Thanks for calling. See you on LinkedIn. Bye. Right? All kinds of resistance. But if I introduce a third party, Let's say it's a news article from the National Association of Public Accountants website. National Association Public, NAPA, I just made that up, right? So I call Alex with the same voicemail. Hey Alex, Matt, Easton Payroll, you and I are connected on LinkedIn. I've got an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Alex now calls me back. Instead of me pushing the idea directly to Alex, having to deal with fear, him being a burn victim, status quo, he doesn't want to change, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the idea at a third party, okay? It's going to sound like this. Hey Alex, thanks for calling me back. You know, I was just reading an article on the National Association of Public Accountants website, and it was saying that small public accounting firms, about 15 to 25% of the work that they're doing, it's not billable, they're not getting paid for it, but they still have to do it because the small businesses that they're serving, they don't have the right bookkeeping set up, they don't have the right payroll set up, and they're using things like QuickBooks. And so a lot of times public accountants are going to having to go in and kind of detangle that mess that their clients have set up in their QuickBooks because they're not doing, you know, payroll with a professional company that can just report that directly back to the CPA, and they're not getting paid for those hours. Alex, is that something that you're seeing? Now look, instead of me pitching an idea to Alex and hoping Alex is receptive, I'm pointing, it's like a triangle, I'm pointing at this news article on the National Association of Public Accountants. Now Alex might say, you know, man, that's interesting. Did the article happen to mention that CPAs were able to bill for that? You know what, Alex, in fact it did. And in the article they were mentioning that it's very difficult for CPAs to bill their clients for that because as small businesses, if the CPA billed for those hours, it wouldn't become cost effective. Yeah, that's why I haven't been charging for that, is because a normal small business that I charge $1,800 to do their taxes every year, I mean, gosh, if I charged them for all the work I really had to do untangling their QuickBooks, my bill would be like $7,000, and there's just no way they could afford me. Yeah, got it. I mean, that's why I was thinking of you when I read this article, because that's in fact kind of the similar situation that my clients are in. Of course, they would love to charge for all the work that they're doing, but it just doesn't make sense in terms of the billing. You know, that's something that we're finding at Easton University Payroll is if we can get these clients on board with us, although you wouldn't get paid for all of those extra hours, what we're able to do is make sure that you're getting paid for the hours that you're actually working, right? So you're not having to do all that extracurricular investigating, unraveling, untangling of your client's QuickBooks accounts, and you're just getting a crystal clear report from us on exactly what went out. It's all columned, it's all set up, just so that you can import that directly, into your tax filing. Does it make sense for us to get together for maybe 20 minutes? I can kind of talk to you about how things are set up, and then a program that we have where you can easily send out an email or put a mailer in with your monthly statements, and we can hopefully get most of those clients that you're spending a lot of extra hours on board with us, so that we can pick up that work and do the heavy lifting for you. Yeah, that might be interesting. How long would it take for us to do that? It's just 15 minutes. I could kind of look at it, and then we can kind of go through some options. We'll cover the marketing cost on the mailers and everything there. Do you notice how when you bring up an idea with somebody, even though it was the same idea, hey Alex, about 15 to 25% of the work that you're doing, you're not getting paid for. Oh yeah, I am. I get paid for everything that I'm doing. When I directly bring an idea to a client, because they're afraid, because they're a burn victim, because they don't want to change, they're inherently going to push back on me. But if we point this at a news article, hey, I just read an article in this journal, I just saw something, I just attended an event that found that advertising companies are blank, 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 right? You could even point it at a third client. Hey, the reason why I wanted to reach out to you, Alex, is we had a client in a very similar situation. I don't want to I'm not at liberty to really say their name because I don't want to share their personal information, but what we found is, you know, north of 20% of the work that they were doing, they weren't getting billed for. And I just wanted to make sure you were aware of this, because once we discovered the problem, it was pretty easy to solve. Does it make sense for me to kind of walk through what we did for them and see if you're seeing some of these things? The more you can point your ideas at a third party, client, association, article that you read, event you attended, the more receptive that client is going to be to your ideas.